We're live.
We're alive.
What's up, guys? Hope you guys are well. We're gonna give it a couple seconds here. Get some people, and there might not be a whole lot of people getting on because people may be hunting.
They might be hunting. Today's like the first day of archery or something.
But it is lunchtime, so we always got to eat lunch.
Anybody out there?
Not yet.
Nobody likes us.
Oh, we got a viewer.
One viewer.
We have two viewers.
Hey, viewers. 2 viewers. 4 viewers. Hey, we're getting lunch.
I gotta lift my seat up. Oh, there we go. What's up, guys?
7 viewers.
7.
Hi, 7 people.
You guys have any questions? Go ahead and deflect turkey. What's up?
What's up?
Everybody knows Chris. We just got done eating lunch here in the truck. Had a sub. We figured we'd go live Q&A. We hunted this morning, seen a few deer. We snuck out. Brennan Meredith. What's up?
Hi, Brennan.
We stuck out of the woods there this morning. Got back to the truck. Deflect turkey, you going deer hunting? We're getting ready to go back in here in another hour and a half, 2 hours. We'll be heading back in.
A little bit.
Saw some deer this morning. It's a good morning. Midwest Outdoor, not wearing a ozone suit to clean yourself. Haha. Nah, man. Do you see that?
Dry shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
That thing. Ugh. Joke.
I will. He said, I will.
I hope you guys are having fun. Have good success today. It's a good day. 14 acres surrounded by unhunted property. No bucks on cam yet, but a few rubs. How do you recommend attacking this? What did it say? The questions go so fast.
Boy, that's so fast. He's got 14 acres.
Can you repeat that, please? Short questions. The questions pop, they disappear on the live.
Fast.
Wish YouTube would fix that. People ask questions and it's gone.
Said he had 14 acres.
Buck rubs.
He was lacking buck rubs?
I thought he had buck rubs, but hasn't seen a deer.
Something,
I can't remember.
Something like that.
Can you stream hunting? Yeah, we can. I was thinking about doing that tonight because I have one of the new GoPros, and you could actually stream from the GoPro to YouTube and Facebook. So I'm thinking about maybe doing that tonight. It's very possible I might do it. You want to try it?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, so we might try that this afternoon. Why not? We'll do it right from the GoPro. Tonight we'll be hunting over 14 acres with no rubs, nothing on camera. Neighbors don't hunt. I have doe traffic. 14 acres with rubs, nothing on camera. Well, depends where your cameras are. I mean, a lot of times when deer make a rub, they're only going to rub it once. And it's usually a social area where they're hanging out, typically around a food source, something like of that nature. I would say move your cameras to more of a travel path to that social area where they're hanging out, because usually where you find your rubs is around food plots where they kind of hang up a little bit before they actually go into that food plot. Yeah, if you got does, you'll see the deer.
But a lot of times it's the pressure too, where they're, if they're heading to a destination plot or something.
Yeah.
A lot of times you'll get rubs facing the woods, coming out into the field.
Yeah.
And
how big was your first deer? My first deer with a bow was a doe, and then my first deer.
I hit a button buck.
Button buck.
Yeah.
My first deer with a
bow
shotgun was a 14-point buck.
I think my first one with a rifle was just a 6-point.
All my bucks are nocturnal. What can I do to change that? Mine was a 10-point. Very nice. So Jeremy, that question pops up a lot, and a lot of people have that issue, and it doesn't mean that. It just basically means that one, we're getting pictures now from the cameras. Basically means that one, you have too much pressure on your land, so the deer are only coming onto your land at nighttime. It does not mean that the deer are nocturnal, because deer move all day long. 3, 4, 5. They feed 3, 4, 5 times a day. It just means they're nocturnal on your land or where your cameras are you're picking up the pictures when they're entering your land. Could be pressure. Most of the time it's pressure where if they're getting pushed out, they only become nocturnal on your land. It could be you don't have a good quality food source on your property, or you do have a food source on your property, and
but they're bedding somewhere else.
Yeah, they're bedding somewhere else, and by the time they get to your property,
making their way to your place,
it's dark. But it's not just because you're getting pictures at nighttime doesn't mean that the deer are
totally nocturnal.
I mean, they're feeding somewhere.
They're coming from somewhere.
Yeah, they're coming from somewhere. They're feeding somewhere. It could be this time of year when you have a lot of acorns dropping. You could have a lot of acorns dropping, and the deer they're feeding off on those acorns, acorn flat, acorn ridge, top of ridge or whatever, and they're getting to your property at nighttime. That's basically what that means. How do you change it? Well, depends what the cause is. Are you going onto your property too much? Do you not have a food plot? Because food plots are your best
like attractiveness.
Attractiveness for an evening setup. So if you can have a good quality food plot in the afternoon, that would be your afternoon, destination for your deer.
Don't overhunt it.
Don't overhunt it.
Don't be checking your trail cameras.
Yep.
Often.
Yeah.
Just check them while you're hunting.
Yeah.
Or once a week on a Sunday or something.
Yep. Well, we had that issue. One of the clients we went to over the summer, we wrote a plan out for them, and did this. And I told them, don't check your trail cameras until Prohibited hunting area this time of year in the morning. Yeah, that's a good strategy as well. But we wrote out this plan, and I told them, don't check your cameras during hunting season until you're actually going in to hunt. Don't make special trips to go into the woods. Well, what do?
Didn't listen.
Didn't listen. Constantly go into the woods, walking around, doing this, doing that, checking trail cameras.
And now he's texting asking, how come my deer are nocturnal?
Yeah, he's texting us saying, this morning asking why his deer are nocturnal. I linked my food plot. You can lime it anytime. I mean, honestly, I probably wouldn't lime it now just because it's deer season. But you could. It doesn't really matter.
Does it need lime?
Yeah, does it need lime?
Get your soil test.
You could, just because the food plot's green, you can lime over top of that. But we like liming in the spring before we start growing spring, summer plots. But anytime is fine. We've done it in the snow.
Yeah, I like doing it in the snow. That way you can see where you've been,
see
and
your
how
coverage.
how much you put on in what area. If you missed a spot, you can go back and over cover it.
Yeah. It's starting to cook in this truck. But yeah, I think that's a good idea. We might go look YouTube live tonight. Okay, thank you. Advice for trailing gut shot deer. Bradley Martin. What's up, Bradley? I've had a few of those over the past. It happens.
Yeah, it eventually
The
happens.
only thing that you can do is give it time. It's just a wounded animal. You got to give it time. I remember when I was a kid, I shot one with a shotgun. I was like 15 years old, and I gut shot it, and we went right after it. Horrible idea. We actually came back the next day. We found where it bedded down, and that night before when we were tracking it, we heard something get up. So when we backed out. The next day we came back in the morning and we saw where it was bedded down, and and we pushed it. We never found it. Over the years, when you gut shot or wound a deer like that, don't go after it. Just give it time. Watch it where it goes. Give it at least 12, 14 hours. If it's hot, it's a tough situation because if you come back the next day, it's probably going to be bad. So it's just one of them things where if it's cool, just give it time. What was the question?
The first question was, it was raining all morning, and should I be done for the day? And I would say if it stops, no, get right back in a tree.
Yeah, for sure.
When all that ends, they tend to move a lot more.
Yes.
And I think the
What was
next
the next one?
I think it was somebody named Eric Schwartz. I think we missed your question.
Eric,
If you could re-ask that.
yeah, ask a question again. The questions
It
on
said
this,
something about 100 pounds. That's all I caught.
yeah, the questions go so fast you can't They disappear.
I think that was his name. Eric Schwartz. Ha ha ha. If you could re-ask that, Eric, we'll try to
You
answer.
got his name right.
Yeah, I think I thought I read it right. He said something about 100 pounds or something.
Yeah, just give it time. You know, with the deer thing.
Chris, get on your phone to read the comments.
I put out 100 pounds of corn 3 days ago. I seen 3 bucks and 2 does this morning before it started, but now it's raining. Nothing came in. Yeah, wait till it stops raining. It's a good time to go out, or just before it stops. Good morning, Dave. What's up, Charlie?
You guys want to see what my phone is?
All the corn was gone. A lot of times, corn piles. We'll show you his phone here in a second. I'm gonna smack you for it. A lot of times, corn piles are only attract deer during nighttime, because what happens is, the corn piles get pressured, and it's an artificial, food plot to a deer, because
He's laughing at me.
because
I'm stuck at a 2000, man.
he's stuck in 1950s.
I don't have a smartphone.
Yeah, you don't have a smartphone.
Oh yeah.
He said that thing
It's
still
a
works.
track phone, man.
Yeah.
It works every time.
You got to put time on it, don't you?
Yeah, I got to buy time. What do I got? I got 160 minutes yet, Midwest. Good.
A lot of times those corn piles will become nocturnal very quickly because they get pressured. And the deer, you got to think, how many people in your area are dumping out those corn piles, and those deer come to those corn piles, and you have a hunter hunting right over top that corn pile. The deer come up to them corn piles. They're very skittish. They're on alert. They hear noises. They hear you up in your tree stand. They hear you draw your bow back. They hear this. They hear that. They hear this. They smell different things. You shoot a deer. If there's other deer around that deer that you shot, then those deer are just educated. You just educated them, and you push them out from those corn piles. So a lot of times when you do those corn piles, that's what happens.
He says he'll text me the question.
Unfortunately,
That's the only way I would get it.
I think people steal everything. Yeah, the stealing thing, it burns me up. We have had stuff here, all of our property stolen. No problem, Eric. You've had stuff stolen on yours, haven't you?
Well, I was on public land.
No.
Yeah. I put up a tree stand.
Another question. I haven't seen any bucks in my plot, but I had 4 last night. Do you think that bucks will move in during the rut? Yeah. But, I mean, deer change. I mean, they move their patterns. They shift constantly, and it's just one of them things, Deer will move. They constantly change their pattern depending on food sources and pressure and, this, that, 10 different things. What state do you hunt? Kentucky, PA, and Maryland.
We're in PA right now.
PA. But yeah, deer change. They'll be back. The does will bring in the bucks during the rut. We see it all the time. I've been hunting a long time, and things they change. Deer move, and sometimes they go someplace else.
Quick story about my stolen stand. I went in bear hunting, set up the stand, left it. Never seen anybody in the area before. I came back. Stuff was missing, but there was a guy crouching down underneath some laurel with a bow. And I walked over to him and asked him, what's up, where's my stand? And he knew something, so he actually took me to the guy's house that took my stand.
He robbed you?
Yeah, they robbed me blind, and they knew it. But they stayed there and waited for me. I don't know. That was weird. But anyhow, I went over and confronted the guy, and he gave me my stuff back. But the reason why he took my stuff is because he had a trail camera stolen there 2 months ago, and he thought that I stole it.
Still have CWD zone where you're hunting? Yes.
Yes.
We're in a CWD zone right now.
And I didn't lock my stand because I'd never seen anybody back here in my life.
I hunt in Illinois. Very nice. I almost hunted there years ago, but the out-of-state license kind of deterred me. It's like $500, $600. Might even be more than that now. He robbed you.
He did. And I had a pistol with me.
Watch this video live on your phone.
I can't.
Crickets.
Can't.
Good luck today, guys. Hopefully I'll see Dave post a bloody arrow pic later today on Instagram. Hopefully. We're planning...
Me too, you said.
We plan on shooting 2 tonight. Need to shoot some does. He's going to shoot one. I'm gonna shoot one. We're gonna double up on video, and it may even be live.
We're gonna try.
We're gonna try. I think it's gonna happen. I'm 99% sure we can make it happen. We tried to do it the past few years, and it hasn't happened. But I walked in and I had a guy taking my stand out.
Oh boy.
I've had a lot of stands stolen over the past. A lot. I remember 4 or 5 years ago, my mother actually found me a hunting place with this. She's a manager at a grocery store, and she knew this guy or something that shopped in there all the time. Well, he had, I think it was 75 acres, or maybe it was 98, something like that. And somehow she ended up talking to him about hunting. I think she might even ask him, like, hey, do you have a spot for my son to hunt or something? And he's like, yeah, tell him to come on over. So I went over his house, introduced myself to him. We talked. He said, have at it. Hung 2 tree stands, 3 trail cameras. I came back a week later in the dark, in the morning to hunt. It was during the rut, early November. All my trail cameras are gone, and both my tree stands were gone. I asked the owner about it. He has no idea. Where they went, I have no clue. Heading out tonight. Good luck to you. I hope you shoot a nice double out.
Double out. Yeah.
We'll keep you posted for sure. I think it's going to happen. Think it's going to happen?
It's very possible.
Want a candy bar?
It's melted.
I think it's going to happen.
No can do.
I really do. Ask some questions. We're ready.
Yeah, man. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we're sitting here in the truck. We're getting pictures right now down in the plot that we're going to be hunting here in a little bit.
Check the pictures on your phone.
Yeah, right. Check the picture. I'll show you some pictures on my phone.
You ain't got no pictures.
Show you pictures.
I'm hungry again. You have a hit list yet? Marcus, good luck. There's a few bucks here, yeah. There's a buck that we've y'all shooting fixed blades or mechanical this year. 5T Outdoors. You're shooting what are you shooting?
I got a mechanical. I got a rocket sidewinder on right now.
Okay. Whoa.
That's don't look good.
And there you go. There's a buck for you.
2 years ago. Where's the camera?
Chris's backup phone is a bag phone. Midwest Outdoors, he's getting on you.
Yeah.
You remember who that is, right? Remember he came to the outdoor show?
Midwest did?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Big stocky kid.
I don't remember.
I can't even remember his name. But it's a shame. I should know his name by now. I'm with for rifle season. Remember? You were talking to him. Comes every year.
I don't remember.
Thanks for all the tips this year. My first year, good plotting and fields look great, and you're eating on it like crazy. Robert. That's
Good,
awesome.
good.
Perfect.
Glad to hear that. It's cool.
Midwest Outdoor
Midwest
Studios.
Outdoors.
He's buff. Nice guy.
Buff guy?
Yeah, nice. Him and his buddy came last year. They were talking to him.
You gotta know my memory's horrible.
Mine is too.
We talked to the same
I've been-
people that day, though.
I've been talking to him for like 5 years. 4 or 5 years now.
It's hard to keep track of them all.
Back to the broadhead thing. I'm shooting
Oh, yeah, you-
2-inch swackers, mechanical swackers. I think they just came out with a fixed blade. Swacker did. Which is odd. I didn't think they would ever
I like 3 blades.
jump.
I like 3 blades.
Jump.
Whatever. Stabilization.
Let's have a debate. Do you guys shoot like 2 blade or 3 blade? I like 2. If it's a mechanical, I like 2. So are you of year? This morning we sat off the plot about 75, 100 yards in between a bedding area and the food. Tonight we're sitting actually on the plot, like we're literally on the plot in a giant pine tree. It's so tucked in we could, it's a double set. we can get in that pine tree and literally probably do jumping jacks. And the deer would never know that we're there. But we're sitting on the plot because afternoon, pretty much destination area for those deer, and we've had trail camera on them for the past month, few months, and the deer are coming in there every afternoon, and we actually deter them in there a little bit with some Egyptian wheat, and we cut out the screen at the end. 60300 fishing. What's up, man? What's going on? So, but yeah, it depends. Mornings typically I'll hunt back in the woods a little bit. Afternoons I like hunting the food plots. As long as you don't, bust them out of there. I mean, if you can get in and out a little bit, but tonight we want to double up. So I feel like we could do that tonight if we sit on that plot. That's our plan.
Jeremy commented 3 blades and lined up was fletching.
Nice. And shooting Swacker for the last few years, haven't lost a deer yet. Great blood trails. Awesome. Now I've shot Swacker for like 10 years. And I lost 2 deer with them. But I hate when people shoot a deer and then blame it on the broadhead, because 99% of the time it's not the broadhead, it's just where you shoot the deer. I mean, I've lost, I think, 3 deer with a Swacker over the years. And it's not because of the Swacker, it was a bad shot.
I used to use them. I never lost one with it.
Got multiple properties to hunt, but a few are very small. One is 8 acres in Georgia. Any advice on helping me make good hunt more? Oh, man. The daggone questions. They go so fast.
How to make his hunt something more possible. I missed the last 3 words.
Please repeat the question, please. YouTube really needs to fix this. You can't even get back to the questions. Oh,
there you go.
There they are.
Good hint.
There's a button for it.
Make a good hint more possible. Good hunt more possible, I think it says.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh, they are there. Okay. Got multiple properties to hunt, but a few are very small. One is 8 acres in Georgia. Any advice on helping make a good hunt more possible? Well,
good luck. Good
to
luck.
fleck turkey. Thank you. Properties that small typically are going to be a pass-through, setup, and you can't put a lot of pressure on those small properties like that, because it would just push them off to your neighbors. So my suggestion would be, on something that small, if you can't plant a food plot, you're either going to have to catch them where they're passing through your property, put in some mock scrapes. That's good for that type of setup, or use some sort of bait. Now, you can use corn. I'm not against corn. You just have to be strategic with it. A lot of people like dumping corn in a pile. I do not. Take corn, take it in your bag, and just sling it. Just throw it out, spread it out throughout, a 25, 30-yard area out in front of your stand, instead of dumping it in a pile. 1, it'll last longer. 2, it fall under the leaves and things like that. Deer actually have to, kind of root around for it, and it's more natural. Not dumped in a huge pile. It's less of a red flag to the deer when you do it that way. Try that. Just don't over pressure it. Those small properties like that, you just can't over pressure them.
They act real skittish when they come to a corn
They do, because
pile.
it's a red flag. It creates a red flag to a deer.
It's not natural.
And the same can really be said for a food plot. If you create that food plot, constantly pressure it, it's going to create a red flag.
Yeah, it could turn them nocturnal. Only because you're pushing them out of there all the time.
Yeah. Okay, so they did fix the chat thing. You can see them. Brennan Meredith, good luck. Awesome. He's tired. He's ready for a nap. Dave, you hunting Kentucky anymore this year? Are you hunting in a stand or ground line? 5T Outdoors, I think I might be hunting there in November. And what was the other one?
Are we in a hunting stand or a ground blind?
We're in a 2 tree stands. hang-ons, double set in the same tree. That's where we're hunting tonight. This morning, same setup. We do it that way so we can film each other. You know, if one of us wants to shoot a deer or something, we can film each other. We never even set a ground blind up this year on this property.
No.
We do have a Sad Daddy hunting blind we use for Chris's father, Mr. Wendell. And
if he goes anymore, you're getting old.
yeah, if he goes anymore.
Alright, replay.
Horn are just a garnish. Don't turn down protein. Yeah, horns.
Horns are just...
Yeah, don't turn down protein. Hope you get deer on stream tonight if you go. Oh, we're going.
We're going.
Man, no doubt we're not. We're going.
We're going. Just whether or not we're getting close.
I'm going to try.
What state are you guys hunting? We're in PA.
Ramsey, we're in PA right now. This morning it was 29 degrees. It was freaking cold.
Yeah, it was pretty frosty. Pretty frosty out here. Yep.
You know what I might do? I might put one GoPro up in the tree with us, set the other one out in the food plot, like in the Egyptian wheat, and let that one stream live. How cool would that be? Because I think I can control it with my phone.
Maybe.
How about that? You can stream it with your phone too.
Yeah. The only way you stream that phone is to throw it in a stream. Like
Sure.
water.
Let it drift down the stream.
Let it drift down and riffle white water.
That'll work. Why not? Any more issues with that poacher trespasser you caught last year? Nope. Nothing. He's gone.
No.
Been good.
No. This morning we had some dogs barking. That was about it.
And cows.
Cows moving. Yeah.
Close. What part? I'm in far eastern Ohio, close to Wheeling, West Virginia, 1.5 hours straight west of Pittsburgh. Where are we at? We're in
We are
Indiana.
we're on Clearfield, Indiana border. Geez, I don't know what that would be. That would probably be an hour and 20 minutes from Pittsburgh, maybe. Yeah. Yep. We are on top of a hill, and if we look way across the valley, we can see the turbines, the windmills that are all the way over in the Altoona area.
Yeah.
All the way across the mountains. We're on top of a big hill here.
Well, I'm stuffing my face.
Do you use any apps for hunting? If so, what's your favorite?
Hunt stand. We use the crap out of Hunt stand.
Well, Dave does. I don't get Hunt stand on
There we
there.
go.
I don't get Hunt stand on the track.
I use the crap out of Hunt stand. We have all the tree stands marked. We use it for wind direction too.
How big are your food plots?
Well, we have on this property we have 3 3.25
Yeah, I was gonna say it's over 3. Yeah.
with the kill plots and stuff. Probably
Kill
3.25. Main food plots 3 acres, and we have a couple smaller ones. We just expanded it though this past year.
Hey, we went from just
another,
over 2 to just over 3. Now.
Yeah, we had another acre basically of food plots, so we have 3.25
There's
total.
videos on that too when we rented a skid steer.
Yeah, somebody just asked a question.
I missed it.
Not
too far, really.
Shoot up Ohio,
Ohio,
PA,
South Beaver.
South Beaver Tactical.
Yeah.
You know where that is?
I know where Beaver's at. I was originally from Pittsburgh, so I'm in the suburbs or around the stadiums. Do you like to use scent bombs, and if so, how long before peak rut should they be put out?
I don't really
Nah.
like using them.
I don't use a whole lot of scent at all.
I don't either. I used to in the past.
Heaviest deer you guys have? What did I say? Heaviest deer?
Heaviest
harvested
deer you've ever dressed out.
Or?
Honestly, that deer last year,
I
that buck I shot last year.
Yours was pretty heavy last year, and the one I got 2 years ago was probably my heaviest.
Yeah, I don't I think it was over 200 pounds, that deer.
I'm only $160 and I couldn't drag it.
Yeah, that buck we shot last year, it was small. It had a small rack, but it was an old deer.
We do both archery and guns.
It was an old deer, had no teeth, and it was just an old buck, and it was just stout. I mean, it was muscle bound, just fat. It was a big deer.
Yeah, it was a big deer. And when I got it, it was so heavy. Like I said, I'm only $160, so I had a hard time getting that one out of the woods. I actually called a guy with a 4-wheel drive tractor. I drug it to somewhere he could get to it, and we put it in a bucket and took it out.
Back to that, I want to answer that. That scent question. Oh, about the scent. So I used to use a lot of scent in the past, and I'll still use it. Here we have to use synthetic, but and we still use it, but I cut it way back. I still use it in mock scrapes, but years ago I used to put it. I mean, I'd put it out every time I hunted and put it in the trees and do this and do that, and it was actually doing more harm than good. So I don't use the scent bombs. I don't use none of that stuff anymore. I use it in mock scrapes to get the mock scrapes started and just kind of let them do their thing. During the rut, I will use estrus or doe and heat.
Pure stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff that's not natural to them, like vanilla and all that.
Yeah. I use...
you might get lucky now and then, but...
Yep. I use doe and heat in the rut a little bit. I will use that. I've had success with it. I've had deer go nuts over it.
You can't eat the garnish, Ramsey.
Right.
Yeah.
Highest scoring buck for both of you guys. 172 for me.
You shot a big whopper when you was a kid, yeah.
Yeah, 172.
That one I just showed on the screen, I never officially had it scored.
Probably 135.
I scored it myself, but I'm no expert at it.
What was it?
I used a QMD.
Yeah.
How do you say it? Yeah, QMD, right?
What?
What's the...
QDMA?
QDMA.
What's the matter with you?
I had a brain fart. QDMA scoring system on it. It was almost 140.
140, there you go.
Yeah.
We have all kinds of questions coming in now. Can you use scents in CWD zone, or can you use
Synthetics.
Synthetics
we can.
Love the channel. My son got his first deer this morning thanks to your videos. Huge thank you for the advice. He was so excited and made me proud. That's awesome,
Nice.
Brandon. Thank you.
That's what it's about.
Yes, appreciate that. Next one. Took
2 doe off my plots. 2 weeks ago. 13 doe on in the fields.
Worried that they would eat everything before November. You think that was a good idea? Oh, about shooting the 2 does?
It depends on how many does you got.
Yeah,
man.
I mean,
you gotta thin them out. You gotta thin them out.
Yeah, if you have a lot of does, shoot them. I mean, is it going to pressure? Yeah, you're going to put a little pressure on it, but let it rest for a week or two.
It's gonna calm down a little bit.
Yeah, let it go.
When the rut starts back up and they start coming into heat, the bucks will be chasing.
And yeah, once the rut starts, you know,
so you didn't do anything wrong.
A lot of that pressure kind of dissipates, you know, because anything can happen during a rut. Anything. And when I say anything, I've seen a crazy stuff happen during a rut. A lot of good memories.
No, Ryan, but that's what most people judge them by. The giant. I killed a 160 buck on camera here in Ohio last year. I have a video on my channel of it. Nice.
Very nice, very nice.
I second
that. Filling tags earlier than usual here in Wisconsin. Thanks for the tips and advice. Awesome.
Cool.
Perfect. That's what it's all about. I like whatever teaching. Chris does on his channel as well. We like teaching things, and I like, you know, doing things. I make videos on things that work for myself, and I know that will work for others. You know, am I the best? No. You know, people will message me all like, oh, you're the best, you know, best this, best that. I ain't the best. But I can, if you need a food plot planted, I can get you a food planted.
Do you guys use Evercalm? I have never used it.
That's the stuff in the
it looks like a deodorant stick.
Yeah, I've never used it.
No, and as far as me going, I'm not a big talker, but over at my channel, when I do something, I'm gonna say I'm gonna do it, and I perform it, and then I show you. yeah, it worked or it didn't work. I'm honest about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, like I said.
I help Dave. We
Yep.
have, I help Dave here on his channel. He helps me.
What's Chris's channel? I'll sub to it. What is it?
It's called City Sticker.
Slicker?
No, Sticker.
City Sticker Chris.
City Sticker Chris. And the reason for that is, obviously, it's play on word against City Slicker.
Mm-hmm.
Because I grew up in the city. I moved north 20 years ago to the country. But I did phlebotomy for a whole year. And I was drawing blood. And I was sticking people with needles. So I was City Sticker Chris. But you'll see Dave over there too.
Yeah,
it's like we just have two channels.
Yeah, he's on this channel. I'm on his.
But I didn't start it too long ago, so I don't have quite the subs Dave does. That's for sure. But yeah, we're racking them up on his channel though.
Yeah, I think we're about to hit 17.
Because they like the co-host.
Yeah, it's all ever since he started being on the videos. He puts the success of him being on the channel. It's because of me.
Gotta have fun.
You know how to have fun.
Sometimes. Now what are you drinking?
Water.
Wait. You're gonna peeing out of the stand all night. There, we're gonna be using cents. What's it say? What do you got? What's your daily jobs? He's in the refrigeration. I'm in the welding.
I actually have two jobs. My main job, where I make my living, is commercial refrigeration. I work in grocery stores. We work on all the refrigeration rack systems, big giant walk-in boxes. We do remodels, construction in Costco's and things like that. Second job, and it's a job, is YouTube and consulting.
Thanks, turkey. Deflect.
I go to different people's properties. We do consulting. Chris goes with me sometimes. We do that. But yeah, it's a full-time gig year-round for myself. What's your main job?
Main job's
You don't even have a main job. You're retired.
Right now I'm retired. We're so slow. I get work on a week, off a week. I got lots of time to hunt. So
But you're a welder.
Yeah.
You know how to weld?
A little bit. Have you hunted Fort Knox? Heard they have big deer there. Someone asked what kind of broadheads
I
we
think
were
we
using.
missed,
He's using Swacker. I'm using a Rocket Sidewinder.
Ramsey, I think most of the time you put scent out, you're putting as much of your own scent out as you are lure. Of course, that's all. No, I agree with you. You definitely can scent the place up more, for sure. What broadheads you broadheads?
Yeah, the Rocket Sidewinder.
I use 2-inch Swacker.
He's got the Swacker.
I subbed to Chris's channel.
Yeah,
Deflect.
thanks for that, but I appreciate
Cool.
it. Like you said, you're just going to see the same content. I mean, not the same, but we're both on both channels. So.
Yep.
But I'm trying to grow mine.
Yep.
Yeah. Did we miss any?
I don't think so. I didn't even know this option was here, that you can see the
That is
comments
cool
again.
to bring them back up because we were losing them. Fort Knox question. I've never, be honest, I've never hunted out of PA because where I live, I can hunt anything I want. I've shot bears with a bow, deer, turkey.
You gotta broaden your horizon.
Well, I would like to take a trip and shoot an elk one of these days, and a mule deer would be cool.
My dream hunt is a moose. I love to kill a moose.
I've shot bears in PA with the bow. I think it would be fun, and I've told Dave this many times. I think it would be fun to go to Maine and slug gun hunt them over bait.
You're gonna shoot a bear here.
I might shoot a bear here.
We have bears here.
We've got bears.
Evercomer's good if you rub it on your boot bottoms. Yeah, it'd be good cover scent. For sure.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of good stuff about Evercom, actually. Yeah. I bought their bear stick one time.
Yeah.
But it just smells like black licorice, anise.
The best.
I'm not supposed to be using it anyhow, so.
Right.
I can't use it during the season.
The best deer scent that I've ever used was antler ice. But up here, you can't use it because it's fresh. You got to use synthetic here. His place, you got to use synthetic. Everywhere, you got to use synthetic now. All this CWD crap.
1 mile down the road from my house, you can use
1 mile
natural.
away from his house, you can use fresh pee.
Yeah. Think 69 and vanilla extract, boy. They come in like Pokemon.
Pokemon. That's funny.
That's funny stuff there. Gotta watch how long Tink's been on the display case at the local Walmart.
Yeah, it's funny because
some of that stuff can be tainted, man.
It's funny. I'm not going to say the name of it, but I visited a deer farm 2 years ago. It's one of the biggest ones.
One of the biggest suppliers.
Yes.
In PA. Well, everywhere.
Everywhere.
They ship all states.
I visited it, and I took a tour of the whole place. We walked down in the basement, and when I walked down in there,
230.
There was 250-gallon totes of deer pee sitting in these totes, and it smelled so bad. It smelled like ammonia. I mean, it was horrible. And I asked the owner, I said, what's this? He's like, oh, this one goes to Walmart. This one goes here. This one goes here. This drum goes here. This drum goes here. They're the big supplier of deer pee to these individual companies that bottle it and private label. So when you buy this deer pee, it's not fresh. It's not from their own farm. It's from a major supplier. They sell it to the companies and they bottle it and private label it under a name of their own. That's how the deer pee industry works. And that pee was sitting down in that basement for months. I mean, it smelled so bad. But that's what happens. So the deer that you buy in the store, like that on the shelf, is not fresh at all. And
it's room temperature.
It's room temperature. It degrades. They put preservatives in it. It's just not natural. But I'm not saying that stuff doesn't work, because I used it in the past and it does.
Yeah.
But the closer that you can get to fresh, the better. Thoughts on calling grunt? For me, I don't
use them.
I will here's the thing. If you see a buck and it's going the opposite way,
stop them.
And you want to shoot that buck, then you got to do something, right? Grunt to him, call to him. It works sometimes. It works, but you got to do something, right? But if it's just a random deer that you have no intention on shooting, a lot of people will call to that deer, and 80% of the time, it's not going to bring that deer in, and you're just educating that deer. That's all you're doing. But if it's a buck or a deer that you want to shoot, by all means, do something to get that deer's attention.
Gotta try
something. But just to randomly call, I don't do it. You just educate the deer.
Yeah.
And these videos that you see online from all these guys that are grunting and rattling on these 200-inch deer coming in, come on. It's a farm that it's a high fence farm or these mega farms where there's absolutely zero hunting pressure. They let them grow up to these 8-9-year-old bucks with zero hunting pressure, and then you grunt to them, and sure, they're going to come. But to the general public, where you're hunting leases, no, just swipe up.
Swipe up.
No.
You do it. Get that last.
Kill you.
There you go. Yeah, 5T. I saved the glands from that big buck.
I buy from a local farm.
I just froze them.
Dated 1 to 2 old. Yeah, that's the way to go. And I'm not saying that the big commercial stuff doesn't work. It does. But my point is, it's old and it's not what people think. When you buy when you go to Walmart or a hunting shop or something, you see this brand there, and it's like, oh wow, this company has deer pee. Well, where do they get the deer pee from? It comes from a major distributor, and they buy it in bulk, and they private label it and resell it, pretending or acting like it's their own.
Yeah.
It's not. What is that?
An emoji.
Of what?
I couldn't tell. Looked like
a duck. What is that? You're up close on screen.
Yes, I am. What up? It looked like something going like that. Got it? Looks like a thumbs up. It's a thumbs up.
Thumbs
See?
up. I
It was a
can't see
thumbs
it. It's sunny.
You're blind.
I am blind. Tell them about the blind story.
Oh boy.
We have a funny story for you. It's not hunting related,
Not at all.
but it's funny. Tell them.
Well, there's a local shop around here.
Not
We
a shop, it's a grocery
call
store.
it we call it the Amish store.
Yeah, we call it the Amish joint.
It's a little grocery store, and it's I guess some.
Well, be real. We call it the Amish joint.
Okay, we call it the Amish joint, and it's actually Yoder's Market.
Yeah.
I think they call it. It's actually is Amish. So we go into Amish joint, and Dave's looking for
I wanted cookies.
homemade cookies because the Amish make a bunch of homemade bakery things. So he asks the cashier, "Don't you have any of those homemade cookies?" And he's standing in front of this table full of baked goods, and she goes, "What are you, blind?"
Yeah, she's like, "What are you, blind?"
So every time we come in there at the Amish joint,
She's
they
always
see
there.
us coming, and they're like giggling to themselves,
"Are
and
you blind?"
we joke back and forth to each other, yelling, "What are you, blind?" And they just lose
She didn't
it.
even say it in like a calm, like, "What are you, blind?"
she's like, it was derogatory.
"Yeah." She's like, "What are you, blind?" We're like, I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "They're right there." I'm like, "Okay."
Now when we go in there, she's like, "I can't believe you guys remember that I said that.
Yeah,
I'm
it
so
was
sorry.
Funny. It was funny.
I should never have said that." We were like, "Hey, it's funny. We like it."
It was funny. What are you, blind?
The Amish joint.
Yeah, Amish joint.
Yeah,
They had
nice,
good food.
good food, cheap
Cheap.
food, cheap food. Yeah,
Cookies.
some of it's even outdated.
It is. It's a little.
It's like a scratch and dent
Yeah,
type
it's-
thing, or
It's like a scratch and dent grocery store.
yeah. Yeah, but they have a lot of homemade
It's
stuff.
all right.
Yep.
You're blind.
You're blind. We miss anything?
No.
It's a thumbs up.
We've been live for 47 minutes. We're gonna give it another 13 minutes.
Maybe they're bored of us.
Nah. We'll make it 1 hour. You're funny looking, so
That's what gets views.
yeah. They're making fun of your phone.
My phone is perfectly fine. I'll show them my bear picture next.
Yeah, you got a new bear picture.
I got a bear picture. Let's see if I can find it on this dinosaur of a phone.
Here's a question. Good luck, gentlemen. Off to track a 10-point my brother just hit.
Nice.
Rage 2-blade, hypodermic 30-yard shot. Good hit according to the mounted GoPro. Look forward to more videos. Sounds good, Ryan. Good luck. Let us know if you find a deer.
Nice.
Jeremy, packed up, loaded up. 1 hour drive. Good luck and be safe, guys. Awesome, Jeremy. Sounds good. Let us know how you make out.
Can they see it?
Yeah, it's a bear.
Can you see it?
Yeah, it's a bear.
Big bear, PA bear with the bow.
Bo, you missed. You shot it with a
A
gun.
1994 Carroll's 3D Dominator PSC.
He put a bear emoji
He
now.
put a bear emoji. Yeah. I like bear hunting.
I don't like it. I went one time, and I went with a TV crew. We went to Canada, New Brunswick, bear hunting, and we all shot bears. But I didn't like it. I didn't like the meat, and I just didn't like the setup. I have no interest in going bear hunting. I did it. I shot one with my bow. I got it on video, and it was probably one of the most successful videos on my channel was the bear hunt video. But
It was a good video.
Yeah.
I watched it.
I never went again.
I get excited more about archery bear. I've always wanted to go bear hunt. Yeah, it's archery hunting is a rush for bear.
Did that screen just get
It's a
lower?
rush. It's a rush.
Yeah, I mean, not
Gun
saying,
hunting part of it don't really excite me that much. But I will tell you this, I have never seen a bear in rifle season. I've only ever seen bears in archery.
it's too cold.
A lot of times the PA season is too late. And if you ask a PA game warden why they do that is because they don't want the sows and cubs shot. And normally it's cold enough that they start to den. They want the boars killed. In case you was wondering.
Not to say I'll never bear hunt again because I may. I don't know.
If I book it, you're going to film.
Okay. Not to say if we shoot a bear here, or if we see a bear here. Look, I'm excited. Talking
He's
about.
all
I can't even
excited.
say it.
Beer here.
Beer here.
I thought that's what you meant.
Not to say I'm not going to shoot it. I may shoot it. I don't know.
You ain't shooting nothing.
It just depends. I got a bear tag.
No, you don't.
I'll get one.
You ain't getting one.
You have one.
I have one.
So that means if you see a bear,
I gotta wait 2 weeks.
you'll have to shoot it
I gotta wait 2 weeks, I think it is.
on video. You'll be famous.
I would be famouser.
Famous shooting a bear.
Yeah, I'm so famous.
Shoot a bear on stream.
Would love to.
He really wants us to live stream tonight.
I would love to.
I'm gonna live stream tonight on GoPro.
Just wanted to say thanks for all the education videos you put up. Cool.
Steve, sounds good, man. Thank you. You're welcome. What it's all about. I had a few messages this morning from some younger kids and stuff they were so excited from watching the videos over the past whatever months, years, and they shot their first deer and did this and saw deer and had a successful food plot. They were thanking Chris and this and that. It's cool. That's what it's all about.
It is pretty cool hearing from you guys. I mean, not that we're famous or something, but it's neat. It's neat to know that we put a lot of time into our food plots and our hunts and stuff and try to bring quality content. And it's nice to know that there's people out there that watch it and actually appreciate it,
With successful food plots.
Yeah, with successful food plots. Not some of this stuff that some of these popular guys are out there saying.
Do you have any advice for archery hunting? I mean, depends what kind of, what you're looking for, but
Get around quality food.
yeah.
Get around quality food, even if it's not a food plot.
Yep.
Get around some quality browse.
Yeah.
Greenbrier. Apple trees early in the season is great.
Don't shoot further than you're comfortable with.
Yeah,
Because
practice.
A lot of people do that. They'll take these crazy 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 yard shots and just wound deer. Like I've been bow hunting for 20 years. I'm not shooting past 35 yards. Like I've shot deer at 40 and I've killed them, but it's not comfortable to me. I don't practice that far. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
And majority of times, like over the years where I've hunted, the deer have been within 25 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's been times where I see a monster buck, 70, 80 yards, and I maybe could have slung an arrow, but what's the point? I'm probably not going to hit it, and if I do, it's just going to wound it. I just don't shoot further than, I practice 5 hours a day or more from 30 to 10. It's good.
I honestly, I'm a 20 and under guy. Max 25 yards. I've just been doing it so long that I just like to get them close. It's fun. That's what gives me the rush.
I mean, I'll shoot 30 yards, no problem. But beyond that, it's just not a...
I can shoot that far, but it's like, a lot can happen.
Steve Porter, man. I ain't heard from him in months. What's up?
A lot can happen in that distance.
Yeah. Definitely. The further you get out. Now, if it's in a wide... Like that doe I shot last year in the Nebraska plot there, that was a pretty far shot.
It was almost 35.
It was, I mean...
It was between 32 and 35
5 yards. But it was in wide open. It was broadside. Head was up. And it was a perfect shot. Now, if it was in the woods and this, and you had, it's a different situation. But if the deer, it just depends on the situation. But 35 yards, I mean...
And if your bow's quiet...
Yeah, it just depends on a lot of factors.
A lot of people don't pay attention to how loud their bows are either.
What bow are you shooting? Why don't you...
What bow am I shooting?
We never talked about that.
Yeah. Well, this year I went to this place here, if you can see it. It's called Blue Jacket Archery, and I know the owner, Albert, there. And Albert hooked me up with a Bear Status Echo, their flagship bow at Bear this year.
Echo!
Yeah, but it's a shooter. It really is. It's a nice bow. And I'm so short draw, I only have like really 25 and a half, but you can't really set it that short. So I'm shooting a 26-inch draw at 60, oh boy, now I can't remember.
What,
60,
pounds?
Yeah.
62.
I think it was either 62 or 64. But anyhow, it's shooting 275 feet a second with that shorter draw and that light of poundage. So
Do you know why with my dad's crossbow, it's fine at 45, but at 50 it drops? Do you know why?
well, it's probably running out of steam.
Yeah.
At that distance.
Depends on your arrow setup, and I mean, like my bow, like I could use one pin from 0 to 25 and it's dead on. When it gets to 30, it drops off. I need another pin.
Yeah.
It just depends on your setup.
Yeah.
But I would say, like he said, the arrow's running out of gas.
Yeah.
And it's pulling 170. It's running out of gas.
Yeah, it's running out of gas, I think. Like my vertical bow, this bear I'm talking about, I got 3 pins in there evenly spaced. And it's crazy because the top pin's 20, the second one's 25. When you drop down to the third pin, it's good at 35. I have to gap for 30.
Yeah. That's like mine, like 0 to 25 or 30, or I can't remember what it is, but it's dead on.
Yeah.
Crossbows don't hold the kinetic energy as long.
He was helping answer the question.
Yes.
Steve.
Yeah, it's running out of steam.
Yeah.
I got sap on my hands.
I know. I used that hand cleaner, and all it did is re-energized all that pine tar. Tell you what, it's soaking into my skin or something.
We got a new seat here tonight. One of our seats is covered in sap, so we got a new seat to replace that.
The problem with the property we were on, they timbered it all out years ago, and they took all the really good hard timber off of it, so we're left with a bunch of pine. So like, we're pretty stuck with using pine trees a lot.
Which I don't have a problem with. It's good
I don't
cover.
either. It's really good cover. But every time we trim a branch or something, we come back, there's a wad of freaking sap all over everything.
What kind? I need a new seat. This is
okay.
This is just, it's a Hawk seat. I had these years ago. I actually used to work with the company. Maybe 5, 6 years ago, I used to work with them. They were like they were a sponsor, but they switched owners and they sold the company, and another company bought it, and it was a mess. So I had like 15 of the Hawk tree stands. I ended up selling some to a friend of mine, Nate. But I had these extra seats, so that's what I'm using. Yeah. I think you can go on the website now, because another company bought them, and you can buy the seats. But I have no affiliation with this company whatsoever. Good stands out. Headed back out this afternoon. It was dead slow all morning. Small town dream.
Did you see any? See any at all?
We saw.
You seen a group of 3
yeah, we
that
saw
I
5.
couldn't see from my angle.
Yeah, we saw 5.
And then 2 more came in.
Yeah, so we saw 5.
And went underneath us. Or
3 big does.
oh, you did see 3 big does.
Better than
0. Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
As I get older, like, I don't care what I see. I just want to see deer. It excites me no matter what it is. If I see a deer, then it was a good day. Even if I don't see a deer. I mean, I'd rather be out here than snoozing on the couch. I didn't see anything this morning either.
Ugh.
Well, you had the full moon. Deer tend to move a little later. I need to go to. I have been waiting so long to go. It's awesome. Deer hunting. I love deer hunting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good day if you see some.
Quiet this morning. Birds chirping. I think I heard a couple turkeys. We heard some cows. We heard some dogs barking. Saw some fox squirrels, red squirrels.
Red squirrels.
That's it. Did I just say fox squirrels?
You said fox squirrel. Are you blind?
Yeah, I'm blind. We saw chipmunks. Saw some birds.
It's a buzzard.
Buzzards.
Buzzard just flew over. Heard geese go over.
Heard geese go over. There's nowhere else you can experience that except outside.
below my house there. Sometimes I can go down there and not see a deer for 3 days. And then the next night had 12 under you. You know, it's crazy.
Well, we were at his house, the camp there, and last night there was 10 deer in a food plot.
Yeah, I got a food plot plan behind camp there. There was 10 deer in there cleaning me out.
Wiping me out.
Wiping me out. It's not even, what did we figure that was? Between a quarter and a half
I think it was
acre?
I think it was 0.30.
0.30 of an acre. And planted that. I'm not even going to tell you the name of the brand. It was something I was trying this year.
Jump.
And it was coming in real nice. And then they found it. It was a brassica blend. All brassicas.
Jump.
It would have been good if they didn't find it.
No. They were eating it right
If
away.
they didn't find it, it would have been okay.
I seen 6 big does at our farm when we went by it, and 2 fawns. Nice.
Yep, you're cleaning me out.
Tonight we're gonna clean them out. We're gonna shoot 2 deer on film, live streaming with the GoPro to YouTube.
You're putting a little pressure on us now.
Hey, we gotta get it done.
Don't make promises.
I'm making a promise. I'm making a promise.
This guy.
It's gonna happen.
I ain't shooting nothing.
Why?
Why not?
You're gonna shoot
Just to mess up your dreams.
So you're gonna shoot something.
No.
Because we're gonna double up.
You need to get one, he said.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 he
2,
needs.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's right.
You're right.
We're gonna double
Well,
up.
the problem is here, I only have 1 tag for this area.
Yeah. So if he shoots one, he's done.
I'm pretty much done. I mean, I'll have a buck tag, but,
Except for cameraman.
you know. Well, that'd be all right. No pressure on me then.
That's right. No pressure.
Just film it all. Hey, I liked it last year when you shot your buck. I was just able to sit back and relax and film it. That was cool. There was no pressure on me.
Pressure on me. We were just talking about that this morning.
We were talking in the stand last year. What's it say? You gun hunting? Oh yeah, we'll be gun hunting too if we have tags left by then.
We were just talking about that buck I shot last year.
We were talking about adrenaline
Yeah,
rushes.
adrenaline rushes, and we had a noise happen. Actually, it was actually my fault. My phone was in my pocket, and I have an iPhone, and Siri
was trying to talk to us.
started talking out of nowhere in my pocket.
She said, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, I'm sorry. And I hurry up and reach for my pocket to hit the buttons, and it shut off. And we both startled. We had that adrenaline rush, and we were talking about the buck I shot last year, how it came in right underneath of us out of nowhere, and it stood there in front of us for a half hour.
It was ridiculous. Facing away the
Yeah.
whole time, all we could see is his tail in our face.
Yeah, it was eating clover, and it just took forever. And I was jacked up. I felt like my heart was like, woo, woo.
You drew once and let down, didn't you?
Um,
Didn't you draw once and then have to let down?
I think so.
Because when you put the kill
Yeah.
shot on,
Yeah.
your rest.
Yeah.
It squeaked when
Yep.
you pulled the arrow back. We were like, oh.
Yep, but it's just the adrenaline rush that for that deer being under us for so long, it was just like I was so worked
Oh,
up.
it'll drain you.
Yeah, I mean, I shot, and it was just like I'm up in a tree. He was giggling, I'm like shaking.
Yeah,
I'm
because you said you was dizzy.
I was dizzy. No, I just had so much adrenaline.
You
I
got
was
dizzy.
just amped up, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting times.
That was pressure.
Yeah.
I was under pressure
Yeah.
because I wanted to get it. It was a buck, and the biggest thing was that it was a buck that we had on camera, and that we were patterning, and we helped create the pattern for the deer. And it's just when you do that, and then you hunt and you have that pattern take place, and then you shoot that deer, it's a major reward.
Yeah. I mean, nothing's a slam dunk.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say we had him patterned, but he was coming out
yeah.
every night in the corner there below the stand.
Yep. We had cameras, and he was coming out one on 3 corners of the plot. And it was funny, we actually hunted that morning, and at like 1 o'clock, we had a picture of him. He come from across the creek there.
Yeah.
I got a self-cam picture to me. I was like, he's right there. And we went in there that night. I felt that stand was the ticket. And it was starting to get dark. It started getting late. And then, boop, there he comes right underneath the freaking tree.
He popped out with like a half-hour light left.
And you sounded like a chicken. You were like, buck, 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 buck.
Buck, 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 buck. But and then we didn't think it was him for a second.
Yeah.
And then we said, yeah, it is him.
All I remember him saying was, buck, 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 buck. I'm like, where? He's like, right there.
So it literally came down to the last 2-3 minutes of shooting light.
We had 5 minutes left of legal, or 6 minutes or something, of legal shooting light. And he was facing away from us, and ever so slightly he went like that. And I said, okay. And when you're taking quarter-away shots, you always want to shoot behind the last rib. And that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for him to turn just ever so slightly so we could tuck it in behind the last rib. When I hit him, he did a front flip.
He went
straight down like this.
He like bellied out.
And then he jumped back up, took off running to our right. And on our right, the hill drops off big time. And we thought he went down there, which he didn't. We didn't find any blood. I'm like, what in the world? You know, so I ended up shooting left before it drops off. And I picked up the blood, and he was down on the bottom. And I found the arrow because I had a lighted knock on it, which helped a lot.
Yeah.
And then the deer was, it ran less than, it was 75 yards, it was dead. But it was just hard to tell. It tricked us a little bit because we thought he went down the bottom.
But had you not found that lighted knock?
Yeah, if I didn't find a lighted knock, it would have been obviously a little harder. But yeah, it's just the way it goes.
Because he totally did what we did not expect.
Yeah. Yep.
He went in the woods at a 90-degree angle and ended up turning almost 180 and going the other opposite direction across the ridge.
Which, when we were in the tree,
weird.
It did not sound that way.
No, not at all.
It sounded like he went down that hill.
Sounded like he crashed down in the creek bottom.
Yep, and he did not. He must have went right to that edge and somehow turned, but it still sounded like he went down the bottom. It was the weirdest thing. Because we were all excited. We're like, oh, he's right down the bottom. We go down there and
we couldn't find a thing.
I was like, I know I hit him. I know I hit the deer. He did a face plant.
Yeah, that was different. That was a different
That was
track
the old
job.
That was the old swacker.
Yeah.
2-inch swacker.
That was a different.
That's a tip for you guys. I remember that years ago from the old Roger Ragland videos, VHS tapes.
Do you got IG? What's that mean?
Instagram.
Oh.
Yes, I do. It's the same YouTube name, Whitetail Obsession Outdoors.
I don't.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I don't.
You could get it on a computer. You don't need the app. But you're old school.
I'm just old.
You don't even know what IG is.
I didn't know what IG was. I'm OG. Original gangster.
Here we go. But yeah, it's the old tip.
Okay, I will drop it over.
Back in the day when Roger Ragland used to come out with his VHS tapes, I'm talking when they first, years ago. That was a tip that he emphasized. When deer are quartered away, you shoot behind the last rib. Because what happens is, and I made this mistake in the past, when you shoot them into the ribs, hard quartered, a lot of times that arrow will deflect, run up the rib cage, and bury in the shoulder, and you're not going to find the deer. Haven't seen anything but idiots all day. I'm also at work, so
Oh.
that happens a lot too. I see that a lot.
Sorry, bud.
Quite often. Hopefully you can get out there soon.
Get out there after work. I'm retired.
I know you are. I'm upset about it.
Just think of all the money you're making. I'm not.
True.
I'm gonna be poor.
Nah, you got piggy banks.
Yeah, right.
You got mason jars buried.
Right.
How many mason jars you got buried now?
One.
One? That's right. You had to dig deep.
One mason jar.
Pop the questions. Let's roll. What do we got? What time is it?
It's It's only 12:30.
Oh shoot,
We ain't going in for a couple hours.
We got plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Sit here at midday, relax, and take a snooze.
I am gonna roll my window down.
Talk to these guys. He followed your Instagram.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what this is?
Looks like a cell phone holder of some sort. Yeah.
We can stream live from the cell phone too.
Too much technology. Stream live off my phone.
Yeah, okay. Oh.
3G. Too much technology for you, man.
3G?
Mm-hmm.
I remember it's a funny story. We were at a campfire.
Hey guys, I'm new to the channel. What's up, Ryan?
Thanks, man.
In
Appreciate
Kansas.
it.
Cool.
Kansas, nice.
Nice. We're in PA.
It was funny, I don't know, 2 years ago or something, he had an iPad or something, or your daughter had an iPad or something. And when he mentioned that she got one or something, he's like,
We're in PA today. He lives in Maryland. I live in PA.
Yep. He was saying that,
hey, they found that buck that Ryan says. Public land. Single lung. He went about 150 after
the shot.
shot.
Have a good day, guys. Awesome.
Cool.
Very cool.
Well, you guys are having a good day. Congrats.
We're at a campfire. He had mentioned that his daughter or something got
I hunt a lot of public land. Yes.
an iPad or something, and he's like, "It's 3G."
It's 3G, man.
I'm like 3G. That was like 15 years ago.
Yeah,
I was like,
hers is 4G. She can go without the internet.
Congratulations, Ryan.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
very cool.
Definitely.
It's 3G.
3G. Yeah, her iPad's 4G. She don't even need our internet. She can.
Well, it's not even 4G. I think it's LTE. Is what it is.
I don't know, man.
You don't know.
They didn't have that stuff when I grew up.
You were behind on.
You picked up the phone off the wall and it had a wire hook to it, and you rotary dialed. You don't even know what that is.
I know what it is.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I did. My grandmother had one.
Yeah, right.
I used it all the time.
I'm as old as your grandmother. What do you know?
You are pretty old.
Who's your daddy?
You're old. You're old, limited, and falling apart.
I was falling apart this morning when you put them tree steps in 3 feet apart.
Prevents trespassers.
My legs are only 1 feet.
You do have short legs, too. You're falling apart.
Yeah, my knee was hurting.
Knees hurting, necks hurting, short legs, can't climb the tree. He had to do like a pull-up.
I had to do a pull-up to get up into the tree stand. Oh, he's killing me. He's a whole 3 inches taller than me, if that. Made a difference, though.
What's that?
Your 3-inch height advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Because you climbed right up. I was up there doing pull-ups, trying to get in.
Tonight's stand's easier to get into.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yep.
Ball of fire.
There's going to be deer everywhere.
Everywhere.
If you look at our past videos from years of hunts that we've done,
that's what you're going to see tonight.
There's 17 to 25 deer.
That we'll see throughout.
What kind
tonight.
of stands are you using today?
Hope you get one.
Hope you get one.
We're sitting in hawk tree stands tonight, actually.
I was gonna say.
It's at a pine tree, double set. We call it the lucky stand because every time we hunt it, we see deer, shoot deer, just have a good time there. But yeah, they're hawk. They're the basic model hawk stand. I bought them 5 years ago, maybe. They're good stands. I've changed the cables on them one time. They're in the tree with straps, ratchet straps. I loosen straps every year, replace the straps. But yeah, they're still holding up. And I was showing somebody earlier, but we actually have a hawk seat that we're gonna bring into the stand tonight because one of them is just severely covered in sap from the pine tree. And I don't wanna be sitting in the sap. So we're gonna replace the seat. And I also think a squirrel chewed it.
That's a funny story too.
What?
Because when you first came and looked at this land.
Oh, hold on. Oh. Just got back in, nothing moving. TBR Homestead.
When you first came and looked at this property, you said
On video.
that you liked that corner, that you thought would be a good place for a stand.
Yep.
And the first time I came here and we went down and looked at the field,
Yep.
I said, man, that tree would be good for a tree stand. You was like, hey,
Yep.
I think we ought to do that. I said
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yep.
It was funny.
Yeah, it's just one of them spots
It
where
is. It's just an inside corner that is just.
yeah,
It just looked good.
the way the hill is, the land, the creek there, it's just a perfect corner where the deer funnel up. And I said it the very first time I walked this property. I said that's going to be a tree stand. It was a little hard getting the stand. Were you here when I hung? Yeah, you were here when we first hung them there.
Yeah.
Because remember we were pole sawing. It was a little difficult getting in there because of how many branches that we did a lot
You
of.
only looked at the land once before I showed up, right?
No, I was here for a couple weeks.
Was you?
3, 4, 5 times.
Because I came and helped you with the line the first time.
Yeah. But I got the land in December.
Right. So you came. I thought you came on the last day of rifle.
No, I was here multiple times.
So yeah, we both liked that same inside corner.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's on the only tillable field on the property.
Yeah.
So that kind of made the decision for us too.
And you remember the field, what it looked like when we first got
man,
it.
you guys need to go back and look at the early videos.
Yeah, the early videos of this property, it was
just a brush covered.
It was junk.
Something that ain't been turned in what?
20 some years is what he told me.
Maybe longer by the looks of it. That dirt wasn't turned for a long time.
It was
hard as a rock.
It was just junk, little trees growing up in it, just overgrown with weeds, and not many deer. The deer were actually so hungry they were eating pine needles when we got this place. They were eating pine needles, which that means they're hungry.
Yeah.
Totally different now, and this is the third year.
Well, and we started walking the property, and we figured out a couple of trees were apple trees and hawthorns, and you know, there's stuff that they'll eat, but they weren't really producing, and we sprayed them down with antler grow and give them a boost, and you know, they started really producing, and now it's kind of a hot spot for them. They like to come through there and pick up all the apples, and there's even a pear tree now we found, and obviously there was an old homestead there at some point that they had.
Yep. This is the third
an orchard.
This is the third growing season that we've had on this property. 3 years of land management.
Yep.
Soil is 100%, 100% night and day difference from what it was. pH, fertility, just we grow awesome food plots. The soil before it was junk. Got a comment.
You know, the first plot we put in though did well even.
Yes. I use
muddy stands.
Oh, no, Ryan.
Oh.
Sounds good. I use hawk climbing sticks and love them. They are, yes, they are nice. I use muddy stands. I like them. They're very good as well. Should I close up my ground blind or leave the windows open when not using it? Leave them open. You want to leave it the exact way that you're going to hunt it. That's my recommendation for that.
I don't think this late in the year you're worried about bees or anything. So, yeah, you can leave them open.
Well, he's referring to the deer.
Yeah.
The deer's going to, if the windows are up and they're seeing that camo there, then all of a sudden you hunt it and you fold the windows down and you see the black inside. It's a difference.
Put the comment back up. I think he said when he...
Should I close
when
up
not using it. When not using it.
Yeah. Leave it the way, leave it open. Leave it open how you're going to hunt it.
Well, was it last year? No. 2 years ago, we had a strip of Egyptian wheat, and we cleared a spot out in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
And we put a ground blind in it.
Mm-hmm.
And we did some hunts out of it. He left it open.
Perfect.
Good. So we did some hunts out of this ground blind. It was in the middle of the Egyptian wheat. Well, we got a real heavy snow, and it laid some of the Egyptian wheat down, but it also knocked the blind over. Well, I came back by myself on a hunt in the rifle season, and I just brushed all the snow off of it, and I popped the blind back up. I'm scared a critter will move in, I guess.
Nah, it'll be fine. It's getting later in the year.
So I brushed it all off, popped the blind up, got in it, sat there waiting for deer to show up, and when they came to the edge of the plot that had been down long enough that they realized that it was gone. They thought it was gone because it was flat.
And you popped it back
when
up.
I popped it up,
Yep.
and they came back to the plot that night, they picked me out like that.
Created a red flag.
Yep, it wasn't natural no more to them because it was gone for a little while during the week, flattened. And then when I popped that baby up,
Yep.
there was a few deer that did not enter the plot. They came to the edge and were snorting and stomping.
Yep.
And
brush them in and leave them open the way that you're going to hunt them.
But then I did shoot one.
But you shot it with a rifle.
Yeah.
There's not a deer that came within bow range of you. Because of the ground line.
I think there was one deer that came close.
Okay, whatever.
Favorite food plot mix.
You might
Quarter
acquire a new
to
pet
an acre.
raccoon or something. You could,
I
but
use a lot of wheat.
I've never
clover,
had
rye.
any critters or nothing go in the ground blind.
For the fall, we like
was the
to
question?
use a lot of winter wheat, winter rye, some oats if you're into that. And then we put in either purple tops. We have a 4-way mix down there right now.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of rapes, purple top, and kale.
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 Favorite food plot mix? Quarter to an acre size. Now, I made videos about this in the past, but on those small plots, you don't really want to use brassicas because a deer takes a bite of brassica, they wipe you out. The brassica don't grow back. You're better off with cereal grains. Cereal grains can be just as attractive as a brassica. But you want something long-lasting, and your wheat, oats, and rye mixture is going to be it's going to last the longest out of anything. Brassicas are good as a good attraction, nutrition as well, but they don't withstand unless you have a huge stand of them and you have a low deer population. If you have a high deer population, a small plot, they're going to wipe you out and you're going to be left with bare ground.
Yeah.
I pictured sneaking in with the wind and then having to wrestle a critter.
He's going to have a coon fight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would not be cool.
Nah, I've never had an
Did
issue.
you see unzipping that
I
door
know.
and something jumping out? I'd just fall over dead.
You ever had a power line crew cut out everything under their lines and have any luck hunting over the new opening trail made?
I imagine all the fresh growth would be good for something like that.
Years ago when I was a kid, I had a friend named Tom, and he had a property that had power line setting like that.
You had friends?
Yes. Couple, not many. And we hunted it, and it was great hunting under those power lines because you get that full sun, so you get the photosynthesis through the plants, and you get healthier plants, more palatable plants underneath that direct sunlight.
Dave is shooting a prime, and I'm shooting a bear stratus.
I shoot a prime
Status, I'm sorry, bear status.
a prime rise. It's 28-inch draw. With the D loop, it adds a half, so I'm 28 and a half. At 64 pounds. With a 2-inch Swacker broadhead and a zombie Black Eagle Arrow Zombie Slayer arrow. Total setup, I think, is 387 grains.
You don't even know.
I just told him what I know. If I didn't know, I wouldn't say it.
He uses Rage broadheads.
Nice. The newer Rages are better set up. The old Rages,
Congratulations, John. He killed his first buck last night.
nice, awesome.
That's nice.
The old Rages, junk. When they first came out, junk. I remember watching hunting shows, and you would see in the guys quiver, all the blades are falling out.
You're welcome, John.
Yeah, they were junk.
If I know some of the early stage Rages was on that video that I had up on my channel.
Yeah.
Where we tested some of the broadheads.
Yeah, I
And the
don't.
early season ones, or the earlier ones that they used to make, they fell apart. when
Yeah, I
tested
don't
'em.
like old rages. The old rages, yeah.
Yeah.
The old rages were garbage.
Yeah.
The newer ones, the what's the newer ones? The hypodermics.
Hypodermics.
But they have a different setup, collar setup band. Well, I don't even know what the rages
Broadhead
use.
prices are going nuts. They sure are.
They are. It's crazy. I found it was the cheapest that I found. Walmart had 2-inch Swacker 100 grains for $27. That's cheap for broadheads.
When we went to the Harrisburg show, we were actually sitting in a booth, but I took a moment to walk away. I went over to,
You were there?
yeah, I was at Harrisburg.
You didn't go to no hunting show.
Yeah. But it interrupted me. So I walked over to one shop there in the archery hall, and they had these rockets on a killer deal of $13, which is like half price.
Yeah.
So I bought rocket sidewinders. I used to shoot rocket mini blasters. I actually shot a bear with a rocket mini blaster.
There's a question here.
What is that?
Y'all ever watch the Ranch Fairy videos on heavy arrows?
Ranch Fairy.
Never watched it.
I caught a couple of his videos before.
Yeah, I've never watched it. $10 a tip pisses me off. No way they should be that high.
Right.
Yeah, not good.
Right.
It's horrible.
Well, the problem is nowadays everything's CNC cut. It's a lot of tooling and machining.
John says he's a huge 8-point. Everybody says I'm ruined now. Yeah, usually when you shoot a big one, it's usually downhill.
Yeah, I go on spurts. One year I say I'm not a trophy hunter. The next year I hold out for something big. But when the freezer's empty, buddy, I shoot what's gonna feed the family. I'm in a different position than some people that's single. Real Big
I've had
10.
Good, John. My first was a real Big 10. Yeah, like years ago, like the whole deer thing, like bucks, size bucks that you shoot. There's a lot of criticism on if somebody shoots a small one and this and that. And my take on it is, like years ago when I was younger, I would shoot a small buck. I would shoot spikes. I'd shoot 4-pointers. I would shoot 6-pointers. I'd shoot small 8-points. And there's nothing wrong with that. But as I get older, like I've shot those deer. Like they don't really, I don't want to say they don't excite me, but you know, I want to try to shoot a matured buck. I don't care if it's 200. Whoa.
Wasp flying through the
I don't
truck.
care if it's 200 inches or 120 inches. If it's a mature buck and it excites me, then I want to shoot it. If I need meat, I'll shoot a doe. Like, I remember I used to hunt with a lot of different people, and you know, we would hunt their properties and say, look, man, like don't shoot a small buck. You know, we're trying to do this thing, we're trying to do that, and you have to respect that. What if you're hunting somebody else's property, you have to respect what they want. There's a lot of people, like I actually hunted this property years ago, and I shot a big buck, and the owner got upset and kicked me off the property for shooting the big buck because he's never shot one that big, and it's not my fault. It's like people get weird or jealous. It's just there's so much stupid stuff when it comes to hunting. Different people's take on it. Just you have to respect what that person wants, and which is fine.
I just hate all the jealousy.
That you get a lot of that.
I'm glad to see you guys congratulating John for getting his deer. That's cool.
It's just it's a weird.
I hate Facebook shaming too.
It's a weird thing, man.
People post a picture on online and they say, "Oh, what'd you shoot that for?" or whatever. Maybe the dude's down on his luck. Got to feed the family. So what? It's none of your business. Any deer with a bow is really cool. My first one was a recurve. Before I even ever shot any other deer in my life, even with a rifle, I shot one with a recurve. That was fun. Yeah.
You know how to shoot a bow?
I don't know if I know how to. I just do it. Just do it.
My nose is clogged up. I hunt for meat, but I know if a big buck from my cameras, save my antler, then pass on some smaller bucks, smaller shooter bucks. I know what you mean on permission property, big bucks, you'll get kicked every time. Yeah. Like if I hunt with somebody and they say, hey, shoot anything you want. If I'm in the mood, I might shoot something small. But if they say, hey, we're trying to do this, we're trying to, get the age structure up a little bit, then you respect what they want and you only shoot something big. But I have no problem with that whatsoever. Same, there is a Facebook on Facebook, and people keep making fun because it was a fork and it was his first buck.
Yeah, it's silly.
Yeah, it is silly. Stupid silly. Shoot.
How many spikes do I have screwed up in my pool building out there? Because PA before didn't have antler restrictions, and if it was brown and it had 3 inches of antlers, it was going down.
When asking permission, people here want to know if I'm a trophy hunter. If I say yes, denied every time. It's annoying. Yeah. The game has changed over the years. It's not like it used to be. It's a lot of what works me up is you get a lot of these people now that's to me it's a stupid, and you can tell me if I'm wrong.
I'll interject if you're wrong.
Yeah, it's the stupidest thing in the world. You got these guys, women even, they're taking pictures and putting it on social media of them throwing a deer or a bear on their back and carrying it out of the woods. To me, that it just blows. Why? Is that stupid or not?
I don't know.
It's like this weird thing where all of a sudden you have to exercise. You got to be buff and take all these supplements and do this and do this, and women have to wear all this makeup and this and that to shoot a deer. And then when they do shoot it, they're taking pictures holding the heart like they're biting it and all this goofy stuff. It's just so weird.
Yeah, it's attention getting.
It's the silliest thing.
Getters.
It's so stupid where, I don't know. I'm triggered.
Yeah, he's getting triggered.
I'm triggered now.
I also don't like the vertical bow versus crossbow argument.
I like to hunt public so I don't have to deal with getting kicked out, but I'm in a less pressure state compared to you guys back east.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Oh, you're not manly if you use crossbow. Well, maybe they're not proficient with a vertical bow, and I would rather have somebody shoot proficiently with a crossbow and not wound a deer than them going out slinging arrows with an old bear Whitetail 2.
They are making it to where no one has fun hunting anymore. Yeah.
And they're making it like into a rich man sport too, man. You got to have this gadget, that gadget.
Yeah, it's getting that way. I mean, you can hunt cheaply, but with like back in the day, I used to knock on doors and people would grant you access to hunt. I used to have so many places to hunt. A lot of places. I've killed a lot of deer on the permission, not just by knocking on the door. It's not that way anymore. You need money. You have to get leases, or hunt public land. There's plenty of public land. But what we do and are trying to do with food plots and this, I like private land, because it's what I like to do now. But it's definitely become very expensive.
Yeah. It's costly. Lime is costly.
Lime?
When we was buying pallets of pelletized lime.
Yeah.
That is costly. Outfitters and doctors lease out the best private land here in Kansas.
Yeah, honestly, they do. A lot of outfitters do it, and I don't really have a issue with it. I mean, it's how they make their business, but a lot of outfitters have leased up a lot of land. But it's just the way that it's going. Outfitters, there's more and more. They lease up the land cheap from Amish and and things like that, and that's just how it is. It's just the direction that it's going.
Yeah. He said it didn't bother him either.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you going? I mean, what can you do? I mean, I work a lot of hours at my regular job, doing this, doing that, and I work a lot of overtime to be able to pay for what we're doing right now. I mean, it's just, what are you gonna do? You got to pay to play. It sucks.
Yeah. But you don't have to be that guy that has all the gadgets. You
No.
can still go cheap.
Yeah.
You know, you can still make it work. Like I said, I had that bow that I shot the bear with. It was a PSE. It was from 1994. Well, I shot that bear in 2011. Look how old that bow was.
Mm-hmm.
I put new strings on it all the time and stuff, kept it all up, tuned up. It was all good to go. I mean, you can hold on to a bow forever if you upkeep it, you know. You don't have to have the new greatest gadget
You do.
sometimes.
I've shot 250-inch deer on public land here, and I'm not that good. We just have quality animals.
Yeah.
Once you have it, doesn't cost much after that. Yeah.
Right, just upkeep it.
Yeah.
Keep it in good shape.
People probably feel they got to upgrade for whatever reason. Yeah. I mean, I've had the same bow for 6 years. Back in the day, I used to buy a new bow every year, but why? Why?
I can't say who it is, but I know somebody that buys a new bow every year.
Yeah.
And he hunts twice a year.
Yeah. I
with this
mean,
bow.
my bow it's a prime rise. I've had it for 6 years. I put new strings on it every year. I get it paper tuned. I keep it strings waxed up. I'd keep it in good shape, and there's physically no reason to buy another bow. None.
No. No.
Guess what? I'm hungry.
You ain't hungry. We ain't got no food left. Road trip.
You want cookies?
Are you blind?
What time is it?
It's only 1 o'clock. Lots of time.
We gotta head in at like
2:15.
Yeah, 2:45 is fine.
As long as there's people watching and asking questions, we'll stay here till 2:45.
2:45.
And then we're going back to the stand.
Well, 2 o'clock because I gotta get dressed.
Yeah. You gotta get out of your leotards and get your hunting clothes on.
First, I gotta take my
Bra off.
my ozone suit off.
Your ozone shower suit. Your new gadgetry. You're silly.
Ozone shower suit.
I'll give you a shower.
Hoax.
Yeah. That fella. Every year when they come out with the new bows and it says it's 10 feet faster than last year, he trades his in and goes and gets a new bow.
That would be you.
No. I do have a new bow though.
So you're one of the guys that gets a new bow every year.
No. It's the first bow I've had new. And actually, I didn't even buy the last one. I won it on Facebook on a photo contest with my bear picture.
I've upgraded before and regretted it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
was just talking to him about.
Yeah.
I've got this new bow and I might have to turn it in and trade it in this year. But I like this one, so I might just hold on to it or.
Well, I used to have. I mean, I've had a lot of bows, but like, I've had the same one for the past 6 years.
Ozonics is a big gimmick.
Yeah, I think it is too.
I don't use it.
Hmm?
Can't afford it. And I can't use it.
I got one years ago, and I don't like the smell of it. It was an extra thing to carry around in my backpack. Had to set it up each time, and it just, it's silly.
Hunt the wind.
But I had a Bowtech. It was a Bowtech 340. And at that time, PSE came out with a new bow. It was called, what was that? PSE, it was the full throttle. the way it was marketed, you know, back then it was into speed. It kind of still is, but I was into speed, you know, in a bow. Yeah, I went to a store and the bow itself was like $1,200. I remember I was working overtime to pay for it. It was like $1,600 by the time the new site, and it was literally the worst bow that I've ever had in my life. And I remember shooting it. I was like, man, this thing's fast. I'm buying it. It was like I didn't question myself. I just bought it. And after weeks go on, I'm like, this bow sucks. It was hard to shoot. I didn't like it. Ended up selling it. Lost money on it. Sold it. And then I bought my Prime. Best bow I've ever had by far.
Back when I started, all the bows were round wheels. Back in the Stone Age.
I don't buy scent control products. Just leave my hunting clothes outside. I do use the some spray and stuff. I'll spray my boots down. Keep my clothes outside. Keep them in a bag, tote, whatever. But as far as like the ozone stuff, I had a bear bow back in the day that just felt like a part of me. It wasn't an expensive bow. Thought I should try a top line Hoyt. Hated it.
Yeah. Well, for a lot of years, their bear wasn't all that spectacular. But right now, they have some nice technology with these echo cams. And that's what I'm shooting this year. Bear Status Echo. Nice bow.
You don't even know how to shoot. You're going to miss tonight.
No, don't do that to me. Jinx me.
I miss single cams.
He misses single cam. I still have a Matthews Z-Max that shoots very good.
Good luck this afternoon. I'll be waiting for the live stream notification.
Okay,
I used to spray and wore rubber boots and still watch the deer smell my trail.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it works to a certain degree.
It dissipates after a while.
Yeah. Playing the wind is obviously your smartest bet. Getting to your stand is obviously a smart, you know, you don't want to be setting the place up, walking in. You want to walk in the least intrusive area. But the sprays and stuff, I think it helps to a certain degree. It's not going to cure anything, but
it helps. But
I think it helps. It all helps, put it that way. I think it all helps to a certain...
We didn't use no spray today.
Not this morning. We are tonight, though.
I doubt it.
No, you're going to use spray.
If I'm not sweating, I ain't using it.
No, you'll use it.
I ain't using it.
You're using it.
You'll have to spray me.
That's fine, but you're using it.
I'll run.
I'll just shoot you an arrow.
He's going to shoot me and spray me. How nice is that?
You'll use spray tonight.
If you don't brush your teeth, I'm going to spray it in your lips.
Go ahead.
Open up. Seen a guy doing that at a trade show once.
What's that?
Spraying his scent killer in his mouth.
They had a product back in the day that you could do that.
He's like, it's all food grade. I was like, that gotta taste bad. Water, alcohol, and baking soda.
They make the lip balm, the toothpaste, the this, the that, and come on, man.
I use scent-free deodorant, scent-free soaps. Period. I
do use scent-free deodorant, scent-free soap. Obviously, you don't want to be washing with, you know, Irish Spring soap or something. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, you know,
splash the cologne on after you shave.
Yeah, like Mr. Wendell.
Yeah.
But you just gotta use common sense with it.
Yeah.
You don't want to be going in smelling like you're going on a hot date.
He's buying his first rifle.
243, 270, or AR-10.
I like a 270.
270.
I shoot a 7mm and a 270 short mag.
243 is not bad.
243 will tear him up too.
TJ shot it with a 22
250
last year.
Down.
Dropped him.
Yeah.
22 250 dropped in his tracks.
Yep.
Your son did too, didn't he?
223.
Oh, 223.
223 drops them. Some of them made it 50 yards, but they don't last very long. You shoot them with something like that,
He says 270.
It's like throwing a grenade in them and running, because their lungs are just blowed up. Sometimes not even an exit wound, just blows them up.
You wouldn't know. You've never shot a deer.
I shot 4 with a 22-50. And my boy shot 3 with a 223.
Nice.
Yep. I like shooting stuff with slugs or muzzle loaders.
Speaking of muzzle loaders,
Uh-oh. Big news on the home front.
tell them what you got.
I just ordered a brand new CVA Optima. Received it in the mail this week, and today my Conus scope should be coming from CVA for that.
So now you're upgraded into the muzzleloader world.
Upgraded.
From
Now I know.
flintlock.
Well, I've got a flintlock, I've got a cap lock, and now I've got an inline. So I've got all 3 covered.
What bore size?
What bore size on the CVA? At 50 cal. Yeah. I got the composite with all stainless steel. Like I said, 50 cal with the dead on sight mount. And I ordered the Conus separately because they didn't have a package deal at the time that I ordered it. And I got a 3x9 Conus coming.
And I have a 6 to 8 year old CVA Acura. I've had that thing for a while now. No reason to buy another one.
No, and I know the Acura's touted great shooting for the Bergera barrel name, but I just didn't feel like paying the extra for the barrel. And I know people that have the Optima that said not much difference, if any. Go ahead, they're comfortable. They said, you'll be fine with the Optima. Here in PA, why, you really don't get a chance to stretch out very many shots with a muzzleloader. So, 75 yards would probably be a max.
I want a muzzleloader for the management hunt opportunities here in Missouri.
Yeah.
They're nice. They're fun. I love muzzleloader hunting.
CVA has some good deals going right now. I'm not affiliated with them or nothing, but I'm just saying. I got on CVA's website, and there's a tab up in the corner that says deals. You click on deals, and it drops down all the deals that they got going on. And if you have a promo code, that's that much more off. That's how I ordered mine. Mine actually was marked as a blemish model.
Hello from Georgia.
What's up, Georgia?
What's up?
So yeah, mine was actually said that it was an Optima with a blemish. And
there's no blemish.
I showed it to Dave last night, fresh out of the box. Well, not out of the case. It came with a case and everything. Well, I said, here, find a spot on it. We couldn't find a blemish on it. They sent me a brand new gun. I got it for less than $200.
Even if it did have a blemish, like,
who cares?
It wouldn't have been that big of a deal.
No. If you're climbing tree stands and pulling that thing up with a rope, and you're gonna have a couple of dings and scratches. But yeah, it was well worth $200.
What's your YouTube channel so anybody new they can subscribe to you?
Oh, my YouTube channel name is City Sticker Chris.
Slicker?
Sticker.
City Sticker.
With a T. Sticker.
Chris.
Yeah.
City Sticker Chris.
Yeah. Yep, we have 2 channels
Looking
going.
for a good scope.
For what kind of gun?
We were just talking about muzzleloader.
Okay, he was talking about muzzleloader. Well, I went with the Conus because that's what they have on their package deals there at the plant. CVA recommends them. They're made in Italy. I know they laser etch their crosshairs and stuff for an 0.6 now. He's talking. If you can afford it, you can get a Leupold, however you want to say it, for around what? Well, you just got one.
Yeah.
Like $200?
Nah.
What'd you pay?
$240.
$240?
And it's the best scope that I've ever had.
Like, literally, you don't go wrong with Leupold.
Yeah.
No.
And
Vortexes are good too.
Yes, I never had one.
That guy said Vortex or
yeah.
TBR.
He said Loop.
He said Leupold or Vortex.
Yeah.
And I was looking at a Vortex to go on my muzzleloader, and I'm just strapped right now because of the way work is, and I went with the cheaper, you know.
Which
model?
I don't remember the model.
I think yours was a VX2.
Maybe, but it was a 4x12.
I think yours was a VX2.
It was a 4x12. Best scope I've ever had by far.
Can't go wrong with them.
My muzzleloader just has an old Bushnell 3x9 Bushnell on it. Works great.
Thumbs up. Memphis GAK.
I have an old. I have a 22.
VX3 is 4x12. Well,
It might be the
that
VX3
might be
then.
that then. It's VX something.
I'm
low
not
number.
I'm not a gun guy.
Nah, we're not scope.
I'm not a gun scope person. I mean, I rifle hunt, muzzleloader hunt, but I'm more into the archery side of things. So I don't know the ins and outs of guns.
Yeah. I know more about the guns than I do the scopes.
I just shoot.
I'm gonna be honest. I have Simmons on mine.
Now
On my 7mm
Yep.
and my 270 short mag, I have Simmons 8 points on it. The cheap scope, it was like $80. You should see the way those two guns shoot. Not only are one's a Winchester Model 60 or Model 70 and pre-64 action,
I want to learn how to bow hunt.
and it has the Boss system on it. They put that on the end of the barrel for 1 year from Browning.
Hunting first day must have a buck on pattern.
So that's a good shooting gun, and the other one was a Weatherby Vanguard, which is a very good shooting gun. So the Simmons takes the punishment, and the guns are good shooters to begin with. So I have no problems with either.
Yep.
What was the other guy say? What did he say? Hunting opening day, what?
Hunting opening day must have bucks on pattern. We do. There's some bucks that we have going. Tonight though, we're just trying to shoot a doe. Or I mean, if we see a buck, then
If
yeah.
there's a good buck, yeah.
We'll shoot it. But we want to get a double doe kill on film. Because we want to try to live stream it. We have like a gazillion trail cameras that's going to go out tonight. Action cameras, Tacticams, and this and that. We want to try to get a really good, some doe kills with multiple camera angles rolling this afternoon. That's the goal.
It's like a scouting venture, though. I mean,
Well, yeah.
yeah, they're entering and exiting different points of the field.
Bone has disappeared here, and I'm including spikes. Usually,
Farmall fanatic.
yeah.
Hey, I'm a fan, bud.
Usually this time of year, bucks will tend to venture off a little bit, and that's mainly because of acorns dropping.
Yeah, man, you're welcome. I watch a lot of your stuff too. I have a Farmall at home. I've actually watched some of your videos and, checked out some stuff on there.
Look at that. You just made a new friend.
That's my man, Farmall fanatic.
It's good. I've seen some of his videos.
I got a YouTube channel too. City Sticker Chris. Check it out. I got some Farmall stuff over there.
It says boom.
Boom. I've got some Farmall videos over there. You see me doing a lot of my food plotting with Farmalls. We pull the Ferminator with my Farmall. I added a 3-point hitch onto my old Farmall.
Which model is it?
Farmall M, 1940. Yep. Which state? I'm not too far from you, bud. I know you're in PA. I'm from Jefferson County.
What's that noise?
Car coming up the road. I know he's a PA guy too, if I'm not mistaken.
You guys live 5 miles apart.
I think it's further than that. He's not answering me now. He don't like PA guys. Where you at, Farmall fanatic?
Erie
Yep,
County.
he's up in Erie. Yep.
Hard hunting up this way.
Yep.
How far is that?
Erie's all the way up top of the state. I could be there from my house, probably iron 45. You can go straight up 322 all the way up to Erie. They used to have the 3D shoots, the third leg of the IBO up there in McKean County.
Going out this afternoon in Potter County.
Potter County.
Nice. That's where
Howie's at.
Howie's at.
Yeah, Howie's up there.
Potter County.
Potter County's known for big bucks and lots of bears. It's right on the border, I think, of New York right there. So that's right above me.
Potter.
Yep, Potter.
Potter.
Yep.
Potter.
Pottery wheel. I'm touching buttons.
Time is it? Too warm here, I think.
117. Lots of time.
Getting there. That deer.
You're crazy.
Got him.
You're blind.
I told him that three times this morning. I said, look at the deer. He's like, where?
Dude's a clown. Dude is a clown.
Deer. Big buck. Turkey.
Hi, guy.
Hi, guy. Drones. Hi. What's up?
Hi, drones. Drive.
What's up? Wild boar.
Stop it.
Turkey.
You're a turkey.
We got bobcat.
Well, if we got 14 people watching, they must be all eating lunch too.
Bobcat.
Is anybody actually in a stand watching us?
Mountain lion. Yeah, mountain lion. Turkey.
The only person in the mountains lying is you.
It's finally getting cold here.
Ah.
Yeah. This morning was cold. It was 29 degrees for this time of year, early October. It's pretty cold.
Yeah, next week's supposed to be 70.
Yeah, I saw that. Same thing last year.
Yeah, we sweated our rear ends off.
It was hot, or it was cold opening day. The second week was hot. Third week kind of was cool a little bit. But 2 weeks we got muzzleloader.
Yeah.
Muzzleloader.
Yeah.
Bobcat. Skunk.
Now that's you. You need to go poop.
Porcupine.
New photo from the
Picture from the Nebraska plot where we're going to hunt tonight. We just got a picture.
They're in there right now. We're sitting up here.
Porcupine.
Nobody's on stand. They're all eating lunch.
Probably.
What's a good topic?
Huh?
What's a good topic?
Life.
Stop.
How to improve life. Quality of life.
How to set stands in better places.
How to plant food plots.
How your guide isn't supposed to get you lost in the dark and be able to find the tree stand.
Here we go.
How to set stands without getting pine sap all over.
Here we go. I got ever so slightly turned around this morning because it was a brand new spot that I hung a stand in 3 months ago. We walked in the dark, no flashlights, and I mean, we were within 20 yards of the stand.
Really close and couldn't see them.
We were within 20 yards of the freaking tree, and I'm like, it's here somewhere. And we finally found it.
That was funny.
Yes.
We were lost.
We got lost.
20 yards away, we were
20 yards
lost.
away, we were lost.
And dejected. Panicked.
Yep. Breathing hard, it's cold, out of breath. I'm like, it's here somewhere.
Panic stricken. Thought there was a trespasser stealing it.
Yep. Thought the stands were stolen. Porcupine.
He probably felt all that sap and left them.
Probably. How to improve quality of life. How to plant food plots better. How to deer hunt. How to bow hunt. How to shoot a deer.
How to gut a deer.
How to gut a deer.
Everybody guts differently, man.
I know.
I was watching these guys down south, and they hang it upside down to open the belly. What's up with that?
A lot of people do that.
That's weird. Then you got to pull the guts up out of the cavity and dump them in a bucket or something.
That's how they do it. Everybody does it differently.
I reach up inside the rib cage, cut it off, and drag it all out the back. Yeah.
Sun just went in.
What are you going to use tonight?
Hmm?
While you're gutting.
What do you mean?
You got a new knife.
I do have a new knife that I got ripped off on.
Ripped off. Good story.
I got ripped off, man.
Good story.
So, I don't know if any of you guys have been to the Great American Outdoor Show. It's in Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, PA. It's a good show. Used to be, I should say. Years ago, it was a great hunting show. Now, it's turned into like a, I don't even, it's like a, I can't even explain it. It's like
full of yuppies.
It's just,
the people don't even hunt.
they don't even, it's non-hunters. You're going to a show that's selling hunting stuff. The people that's going, they're not buying anything. They're not hunters. They're just, it's like a flea market.
It's like a day off work. Let's go out and
Yeah.
see what's at the farm show or at
But
the hunting show.
The point is, like, you go to these shows trying to think that you're going to get a deal on something.
You're expecting deals.
Expecting a deal. Because, and it's not a big deal to me. I'm making a joke about it. But, you know, you drive there, you spend it, you know, people are traveling from everywhere. An hour to, 20 hours away. People are going to these shows, this show. You spend the gas, you pay to get in, the food, the drinks, whatever it is that you buy. Pay to park. It costs money.
Big money.
You go to expect to find a deal. Well, I wanted a freaking new knife. And I wanted an Outdoor Edge, what's it called?
The new one's
Swing
a
blade
razor blaze or something
Yeah,
like that.
razor blaze. It's got the gut, the skinning, and the regular razor
blades.
Razor blade.
Replaceable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got the saw. And it was a saw kit, too.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have got it online, but I figured I'd go to the show and get a deal. Well, I went to the show, found it, bought it, right? I'm like, I was so happy. I go back to our booth that we were in.
And it just so happens, though.
What?
That the guys in the booth I know personally.
Yeah, he knows personally.
And I even asked them for a better deal.
Yeah, and he sold it.
Because we was buddies.
Yeah.
And they was like, well, we can take an extra $5 off of it or something.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
Right. I said,
Right?
that's fine, whatever.
Right? That's what we said.
It wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal.
Went back to the booth.
So we thought we got something.
Yeah, went back to the booth. I looked it up online, and I could have got it online for like $10 cheaper. And it was just, it's not that big of a deal, but it's just a funny story. Like, you go to these shows expecting to get a deal, and like the booth that we were next to, the guy was selling the slings.
Big T.
Big T. He was selling these slings. I don't even remember the name. I don't name brand.
Do you want me to name it?
No.
Okay.
But he was selling them for like an astronomical amount of money, and we looked it online.
You can get them online for like,
it was like
15, 20 bucks
50,
cheaper.
and this guy was selling them for like 40, 50 bucks.
They were 49 bucks, I think.
Yeah. And it's like, what the flip? It's like, there's no deals.
Yeah, it was gouging, man. They was actually jacking the prices.
Yeah, they're jacking the prices up. And the reason is, they got to make money. The booth prices go up. They're so expensive to get to the booths. I mean, there are thousands of dollars to rent these booths. And people go there, and it turned into a non-hunting show where the people coming in aren't buying nothing. So the vendors aren't making money, and people are realizing that you can get all this stuff online, delivered to your house, free shipping, and you get it at your house. You don't have to go spend the money, to get in. You don't have to rent the booth space, pay for food. You don't have to do this, and this, and you just get it online. The online shopping is taking over.
Yeah.
Anything, which is also, putting out little shops,
mom and pop
mom and
shops.
pop shops here and there. But that's just the way that things are going. Like you have, like it's just the way that it is.
Well, had I not looked up that CVA online,
Yeah.
I would have paid probably $300 for that gun.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. It's just the way that
And
the times are. It's just the way that it's shifting.
and I took a gamble, you know, on the blemish model, and ended up it wasn't blemished at all. Not at all.
Yep.
Stainless steel, quick breach. The only thing it didn't come with was the scope and the Quake Claw sling.
Mm-hmm.
But I can get a Quake Claw sling in the state. Yeah, in the state. In the that big Grace's gun shop in Clearfield, PA. They were in their flyer this week. $15 for Quake Claw. So I can get myself a $15, and I already have the scope. It's supposed to be there tonight when we get back from hunting.
Nice. You're gonna put it on tonight.
I'm gonna put it on tomorrow.
You're gonna put it on tonight. You're gonna be so excited. Depends if we get back early.
It depends on if we get back.
We could be.
If we go down there at 3 and shoot 2 by 3:30, we
Yeah.
could be home by 5. We could have that thing sighted in before dark.
Maybe. We gotta drop deer off.
Ready to roll.
The butcher shop. Listen to the guy tell us how deer don't have teeth.
Oh my Lord. Now that's a story.
That's a story. So
So every time we drop off a deer,
this guy's there.
this one neighborhood fella is there.
He doesn't own the butcher shop. He's just a friend of the guy that owns the butcher shop.
Yeah.
So last year we go there, and we dropped that buck off that was shot.
Mm-hmm.
The buck was so old, it didn't have no teeth. They were wore down to no. There was no teeth. So we go there, we take the deer inside. We're talking to the butcher, and somehow it came up. I don't know if the guy asked me, the butcher asked me or something. I said, man, he's like, that's an old deer. I can't remember, but somehow the topic came up that we said the deer has no teeth.
Top teeth.
Top teeth.
Top teeth.
And the guy,
Mr. Know-It-All, the neighborhood man.
he looked at us and said, he looked at us funny, deer don't have top teeth. We're like, okay. And I didn't say nothing because
We don't know the guy.
I didn't know the guy, and I just didn't want to get in an argument with the guy, you know. But he's like, but he had a smart comment. He's like, deer don't have top teeth. We're like, okay. Like, what do you mean deer don't have top teeth? Yeah, they do have top. They don't have top front teeth, but they have top, molars, whatever you call them. They have bottom and then bottom front teeth. But this guy's saying they don't have any top teeth whatsoever because we made the comment that the deer don't have any teeth.
Yeah, the top teeth
were gone. And he's like, deer don't have top teeth. And then we went back a couple weeks later, dropped some, when TJ was here, we dropped a bunch of does off. What did we drop off, 3? Yeah, 3 days.
Yeah, 3. I had 2.
During rifle
TJ
season.
Had 1.
And that same guy was there, and he was talking to people, and he had some weird comments, and it was just like, stay away.
He's a local know-it-all.
Yeah. But somebody comment, like, that's funny, right? Like, the guy saying deer don't have top teeth. Like, the flip.
Oh, they grind their food somehow.
Yes. It's
When
just, it's fun.
They chew their cud when they're laying down somehow.
Yeah.
They gotta grind. So.
I just heard a buck grunt.
No, you didn't. That was you farting.
Deer don't have top teeth. None. 0.
I'm ignoring you right now.
Okay. Deer don't have top teeth. According to him.
According to him. He had a couple beers in him by then, though.
He did, I guess. Maybe that was part of it.
How about the guys smoking in their hunting clothes?
Yeah, it's
a touchy subject, but I don't understand that. They're worried about scent control, but they're smoking cigarettes on the way to the hunting stand and driving to their spot.
It's one thing.
We seen guys, we was pulling out of sheets this morning. Guys come in all their hunting clothes, and They
scent
fired
lock
up,
suits.
They fired up their cigarettes and drove off down the road, and I thought, wow. I'm not saying you can't smoke a cigarette and shoot a deer, but
I know people that smoke and shoot deer all the time.
yeah,
But
it's just not good policy.
the thing is, like, you got the guy that to wear the scent lock suit, they're keeping their clothes in the bin and, you know, spraying down this, spraying, but that they're in the truck smoking or smoking this, and their clothes are pumping gas. It's just, it's
not good practice.
it's like an oxymoron.
Yeah. Would you call me?
An oxymoron. More of the moron part.
I'm gonna lock you out.
You're gonna lock me out.
Lock you
I
out.
don't think the comments are working.
Either that, we're just so boring. Nobody wants to comment.
Yeah, maybe. What time is it?
My smartphone here says it's 1:32.
All right. I think
Think
we're
they had enough?
Yeah, I think we're gonna end this, guys, because we have to get dressed.
They had enough of our babbling.
I gotta pee. We gotta get dressed and start gearing up for this afternoon. And
See you.
remember, if anybody's watching, we're gonna try to live stream from the GoPro tonight in the tree to get a live killing spree going on. We're gonna have multiple camera angles set up. We're both gonna be filming. We're gonna try to double up, and hopefully next week we'll have a good completed video for you, doubling up. Should be a fun night. We should tag out fairly quickly if it all plays out, and it could.
We'll see how
We
it
could
works.
fail, but we're gonna see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to his channel, City Sticker Chris, on YouTube. Thanks for being subscribers of this channel, and it was cool hanging out. I'll see you guys on the next video.
See ya.
How do you hang up? Here it is. Boom.